I'm Judy Zelina. This is the Millcreek Government Channel. The Erie Zoo is a wonderful place either to spend the whole day or even just a couple hours wandering the zoo or the botanical gardens. And joining us today on the set, we have Kelly Miller. And Kelly, you are the Communication and Special Events Coordinator for the zoo.
Yes.
And she's going to let us know everything new that's going on at the zoo. So thank you again for joining us. It's always a treat having you and letting our viewers visit with some friends.
Yes, well, they're your friends as well, huh?
And my friends now too. But this year, this upcoming year, what do you have new for us people coming to see everything?
Yeah, well, you know, when we close down in the winter, we're always trying to make improvements on the zoo. You know, the zoo closes December through March, or December through February, and then we reopen on March 1st. And we're always finding ways to improve the zoo and make it new and exciting for people to come back once we reopen for the season. And if you visited at all last summer, you knew we had a huge construction project going on.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and it's as much as you know, a section of the zoo was closed, the kids loved coming to see you know, the dump trucks and the cranes and all the guys that were working on it.
You're right.
It was a lot of fun, but people were really excited to see the finished product, and we are happy to announce that it is now open to the public. We're calling it our cat exhibits. It's actually the renovated lion and half of the original polar bear moats. So we wanted to get rid of that moated exhibit that, you know, was very, you know, very 1960s,
right,
from when the zoo opened.
Mm-hmm.
So that project took about 18 months to construct, even longer in planning, and it now houses a pair of Canadian lynx, and our leopard Edgar was moved up to that exhibit as well.
Okay, so I know Edgar's he's been at the zoo for a while.
Yes, yes.
But the lynx are new? The
lynx are brand new, yeah. We got them, they came a few months before the exhibit was, you know, open, and they're in there. They are breeding pairs, so we hope to have kittens soon.
There's always love in the air at the zoo, isn't there?
Spring is the time for
yes,
love.
Spring and love.
Yes, so we're really excited about that, and you know, Amur leopards are critically endangered. They estimate only around 60 left in the wild.
Really?
So, you know, having them on exhibit is extremely special and something, you know, we love to show everybody.
Well, and you are able to get these animals because I know the zoo is accredited.
Yes.
What does that mean?
That's a great question. We are accredited through the AZA, which is the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, and basically what that means is every 5 years we go through a rigorous test, and it's coming up this summer is our big test, and we've been studying, we've been getting ready, and we'll have inspectors from all over the country come, make sure the zoo is kept up well, the animals are taken care of, and our visitors are safe as well, you know, when they come to our facility. So we are getting ready for that, and when you visit other zoos around the country, you know, always look for that AZA logo, because that means that they are up to the same standards as the Erie Zoo.
I mean, that's something to be proud of, that you are accredited, and I don't think people realize not every zoo that you go to is.
No.
So you aren't going to be able to trade animals with the different accredited zoos.
Right, and you know, the AZA
or trade animals or send them to different places.
Right, right, and you know, the AZA is big on that. They are the ones who actually make that final call of where animals are moving throughout different zoos around the country. And we actually received Edgar, the leopard, because of our breeding program.
Really?
Yeah, because we had such a wonderful, I believe we've had around 11 cubs born at the zoo, which is extremely impressive. And you know, they knew that, you know, since we had good luck with it, you know, they sent him to us. And he's from Estonia, so his genes are extremely important because they are not represented in the United States at all.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Kelly, you always bring me some friends.
Always.
Do you have some new friends for me to meet?
I do.
I'll tell you, we have gone through so many little critters. Oh my goodness.
I know, and I'm always trying to surprise you with somebody new.
He's not a little critter.
Well, this is a female, actually.
Oh, she is not a little critter. And what is her name?
This is Elsa.
Elsa.
And Elsa is a possum.
Okay.
Yeah. She's
a wiggly little thing.
Very wiggly. She's very young. She's only a year old.
Okay.
We've had her since she was only just a few months old. And
where did she come from? Where did you get her?
She's native to North America.
All right.
And she is, it's kind of cool because people get to see, you know, possums out in the wild, but not close up, which we never recommend. But when they come and visit the zoo, they're able to see them up close and personal and you know, get that look that they wouldn't be able to.
Look at that. Look at those long whiskers.
Yes, she has very long whiskers, and now she's gonna lick my hand here.
Oh, I bet the kids love.
Their tongue is extremely coarse. It's almost like a cat's tongue, and that's to lick meat off of bones.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So they can get all the meat off themselves, and she's quite the drooler as well. So, you know, and they're the only living marsupials in North America. So they actually carry their babies in a pouch.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Now, is she the only possum that we have at the zoo?
Yeah,
How many?
we do only have one.
Have the one.
Yep, and she's been such a delight. I mean, our education department just loves her. They love taking her to classes. And
Oh, the kids would love this.
as much as we learn about exotic animals at the zoo, we also try to teach them about animals that they can find right in our area.
I know.
And so we do have classes usually during the year just for, you know, animals from North America.
Because face it, if you've got a possum in your backyard,
it would be cool to learn more about it.
That's right, and you don't get to see it so close up like this.
Exactly.
And it's not licking you.
Yeah. Yeah, I
At
hope
least I
not.
haven't met a possum that was licking my wrist or anything.
Yeah, I wanted to lift her up so you could see. They have a very
Tell me about
interesting tail.
Tell me why this tail is like this. Is there any reason for it?
They have a prehensile tail. It is very important for climbing. They do a lot of climbing.
Okay.
And they also use it to carry things. So they build nests, so they would use it to carry nest building materials. Baby possums can actually hang from their tails. Adults can't. The tail can't hold their body weight up.
But the babies can.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And you know, another interesting fact too, I was surprised, they don't hibernate, but you think they would, but during the winter months they will find it. Yeah. Did she lick you?
Yes, it tickles.
Yeah, they'll make a den because they're susceptible to frostbite with the tips of their ears. You see are hairless, and their noses, and then their tails are hairless as well.
Really?
So yeah, they have to stay protected in those cold temperatures, which this winter in particular, they must have been spending a lot of time inside.
Do they hibernate in there, or do they come out for brief periods?
They do come out, so they don't hibernate. I feel like they might have a little bit this year, though, just because they had to stay inside so long.
It was,
But they do
yes.
love to come out and explore. You can see she's very nosy. She always wants to know what's going on.
She is nosy. Yes, you're on TV right now, lady. Yes,
Oh,
you are.
she loves it. She loves the attention.
She's a little ham.
I love their little, I think that's my favorite part is their little hands, because they'll actually like hold on
Hands
to
are
you.
so cute, yes.
They have to do a lot of digging, and she really wants to. Oh, she wants to hold your hand too.
Look at this. She's very lovable.
Yeah, they're one of you know, the world's oldest surviving mammals. They've been around for about 70 million years.
Tell me what they eat.
Well, in the wild,
Okay.
they're a little bit of a
don't wanna
scavenger.
know.
No, it's okay. But at the zoo, you know,
What do you feed them at the zoo?
she eats you know, fruits and vegetables, just like we would.
Okay.
Things like that. A mixture of different things. Yeah. But yeah, in the wild, more meat, and they do scavenge. So.
Okay.
Ooh, that tail. Did you feel the tongue on your hand? How sharp it is.
Let's see.
She's interested in sniffing you.
Yeah, she
You
is.
must have
That's all
nice
she wants to
lotion on
do.
or something. She's doing really good though. I mean, and for her age, they don't live very long.
Don't they really?
Only about 4 or 5 years. So.
And she's about a year old.
She's a year old. And we've had her since she was little, so she's really used to kids and to coming out during classes and seeing everybody. She loves to show off.
Okay, now when you bring them out with the children, okay, what do you usually, the kids of course cannot hold Elsa.
No.
Well,
no.
they're allowed to go up and let Elsa.
Yeah, they're allowed to pet and to see them close up. Yeah, holding is usually not something we let people do.
Right, because kids can get a little bit rambunctious sometimes.
And you know, even bringing that up, our education classes start at 6 months old, you know, which is something really cool that a lot of people aren't aware of. So we start from 6 months and we go all the way up to adults. And those 6 to 24-month classes are great when kids are learning how to pet nicely and be around animals. So we're learning about the zoo, we're learning how to share, you know, pet the animals, see the zoo, and you know, we get them young for their love of the zoo. We like to get them young.
Now, for any of these education classes, at the zoo, do people have to pre-register for them?
Yes, yeah. On our website, eriezoo.org, there's the full list of all our classes, and we run classes all year long, so even when the zoo is closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we like to say if you want to get your zoo fix when the zoo is closed, you're still able to attend those classes.
I think that is a great idea.
And they're really well planned out, and our education department is wonderful at that. For the seasons and things that are going on, you know, they've been doing, like I mentioned, a lot of classes with animals that are native to our area, the Canadian lynx being, you know, a close neighbor. So they'll pull new animals or new things that we have going on at the zoo and turn them into a class, which is really cool. Summer camps being another great thing. We have half-day camps. You can either pick the morning or the afternoon, or you could do a full-day camp, which is nice for parents that work.
So check out their website because all the information is on there.
Yes.
Great things for families.
Yes.
Not just kids, but for the families.
Yes.
And I see we have another
Our
visitor.
next animal, yes. This is Earl.
Oh
Set him on here so you
my!
can see him close.
Oh gosh!
Brought
okay.
these gloves over. Emily gave me these just in case. You know, these spines are a little pokey, so when you're holding them, sometimes they get a little sharp. But he's actually an African white-bellied hedgehog, and he gets that name because his belly is literally white, and he is from Africa. So.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, he's mainly found in southern Africa, though.
Look at that! They got a great shot. Has a cute little face.
Oh yeah.
I am going to tell you, he has the cutest little face.
Yeah.
How long has he been with us?
Well, he's young too. He's only about 2 years old. We've had him for probably less than a year, so he's still getting used to people. He's okay. That's their defense mechanism is to puff and to try to scare away a predator. But he knows that we wouldn't harm him.
We would never hurt you. Look at those teeny little feet.
Yeah, little tiny. I could put my glove on so I can flip him over and show you the white of his belly. And then this is actually another reason why I wanted to pick him up.
Look at this, he turns into a ball.
Right into a perfect ball. They actually have a special muscle that runs all along the side of them. And they can use their hands and actually grab that muscle and pull it over their face like a blanket. Like when you pull a blanket over your eyes.
So then you can't even see their faces?
No, and you can't see anything. So everything that's not covered in spines will be covered. I'm going to put this other one on just so I can flip him over good. Thank you. See, you can see that white belly again. But you see how stretchy that muscle is.
Oh my goodness.
And able for them to curl up. He's like, I'm not that scared to be in a ball. I do want to still explore. Yes. But since he's young, he's still a little rambunctious.
Yeah, he's rambunctious. He's a little nosy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just go into half position.
You know, that's cool too, is they're resistant to venom. So bees and wasp stings, poisonous frogs, things like that, it doesn't bother them.
Really?
And what they'll do is, in the wild, they'll actually eat them. They have a process called frothing. So what they'll do is they'll eat them, and then like a froth forms around their mouth. They'll take their hands and they'll wipe that off and rub it all over their spines to ward off predators even more. So not only will they go away because of their spines, but now the spines are poisonous in effect too.
You know what absolutely amazes me, and when you bring these different animals on, Kelly, their defense mechanisms.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Isn't nature absolutely phenomenal?
And it's so fun to learn about them, all the different things that animals
spines
do.
are so cool.
Yeah. I always tell the kids they feel like a hairbrush when I let them pet. We bring these gloves out and they wonder why we have them and why we're letting them pet. But really, when you're just touching it with your hand, it doesn't bother you.
No, but if you would be holding
when they're in
it,
your hands,
right. Right.
They're a little more sharp.
He is so darling.
Yeah.
He really, he's kind of cute.
He's very cute. I just love these little guys. Their spines are not so hard when they're first born, which is probably good for their moms.
Now this is a hedgehog. Doesn't a tenrec look an awful lot like a hedgehog?
We do.
What is the difference?
Well, the tenrec is from Madagascar, and only Madagascar. And it always seems like they always have the coolest animals there. They kind of look like other animals, but not exactly. So what we do is we call the tenrec the cousin of the hedgehog.
Okay.
So not really related, but kind of look similar. Very similar, but it's cool. I think it's funny though, how much we teach people about the animals and they see the different animals at the zoo. And every time I have the tenric out, they'll say, is that a hedgehog? And then every time I have the hedgehog, they go, isn't that tenric you have? So they are listening when we're teaching them about them.
Well, you know what's funny is when I had the tenric on a previous show, you had brought the tenric, and I was talking with my granddaughter, and I says something about the hedgehog, and she says, Grandma, that was not a hedgehog you had, that was a tenric.
Oh,
they're paying attention
they know.
From the different shows that they've gone to, and you've taught them.
Yep, the different shows, and they come to the zoo, they come to classes.
And
even
in the
summer, we'll do animal shows in the summer and show them. So there's always something to see.
Well, he is just a little doll baby. And you know what, viewers, you have to come down and visit him. I'm telling you, he is darling.
Yeah, he's very sweet.
Thank you for coming and visiting us.
Oh yeah, he is a very good boy. I know you always like to talk about the events that we have going on at the zoo as well.
I do, because you have got the best events going on every year.
Yeah, every summer. Summer's a very busy time for us, but you got to strike while the iron's hot, while the weather's nice, and we have to maximize our time and the fun things that we do at the zoo.
I know there's some events prior to the zoo parade, but that's a big thing.
Yeah.
That is a biggie for the people here in Erie, is the zoo parade.
We call the zoo parade the unofficial start to the zoo season.
It is.
It's the middle of May.
Right.
The weather's starting to get nice. And when you come to the zoo in the spring, almost all the animals are out, but there are still some that can't be out because the overnight temperatures can still be so cold.
Okay.
So basically by zoo parade time, everything is out, and that's why people love to come and to see all the animals. But the parade has been 49 years we've been running it. This year will be the 49th, and it's just a family tradition. You go downtown in the morning, you watch the parade, and then you go visit the zoo afterwards and see all the animals.
Oh, well, this year it is May 16th, and like you said, it's the middle of May every year.
Yes, it's usually the third Saturday.
The third Saturday in May. And it's going to be beautiful weather, too.
Yes, I hope so. We usually have between 50 and 100 units in that parade, which is great. The Zemzems come with all their little cars and all the different things that they have. And we do try to get some animals. Of course, it is weather depending, but usually our llamas will walk in the parade. They love to go and just strut their stuff down State Street.
Look at me.
They love the attention.
And the Galapagooza.
Galapagooza, yes.
That is a biggie also.
That's our big fundraiser, probably the most important event that we hold at the zoo. The tickets are unfortunately already sold out, and you can call me and get put on our waiting list. But that's on Saturday, June 20th this year. It's an adult-only evening event. Maybe if you're interested in going next year. The tickets are $125 for members, $175 for non-members, and it's basically like being able to come to the zoo as an adult, but act like a kid again. Behind-the-scenes tours, seeing the animals. We have restaurants and bars and a silent auction. It's just a big party. It's so much fun.
No offense, but when us adults come to the zoo at any time, we're kids again.
That's true.
And you've got something, I am not familiar with this, Wild Wednesdays in July.
Yes.
Is this something new or just something I've missed?
Fairly new. It's probably been about 3 or 4 years now we've been doing this. The zoo is actually open until 8 p.m. on Wednesdays in July. So one of our biggest complaints is that the zoo is only open till 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock on summer Sundays. But what they don't realize is that the keepers and all our staff is in at 8 o'clock in the morning, getting ready to open. So it makes for a very long day. So the Wild Wednesdays is a chance for people to see the animals in the evening. Usually when they're a little more active, like from Zubu, when they come in the evening hours. So on Wednesdays in July, you can come to the zoo until 8. A great added bonus and an incentive to get your zoo membership is that members get to pick one of those Wednesdays and get a free hot dog, a free Coke, a free train and carousel ride. So you can come and have dinner at the zoo on us.
Well, we're going to talk about more events, but I know you have a third guest, and I'm anxious.
Yeah, and he's noisy. I could hear him over here while we were chatting. Yes. You're so brave. A lot of people wouldn't reach their hand out as quick as you do.
Tell me what this is.
This is a Madagascar hissing cockroach.
All right.
And he's so cute, isn't he? You can actually tell it's a male from these two bumps right here on the back.
And that's how you know?
That's how you know. And now they get their name hissing cockroach. You can see these kind of dots down the sides of their bodies. to scare off predators, they will blow air out of those little holes, and it makes a hissing sound. And actually, when Emily took him out, I heard him hissing a little bit. Yeah. But they have 6 legs, 2 antennae, and that's how they feel around. Cockroaches can be found all over the world, and even though they get a bad rap, they are very important, especially the
Why
ones
are
in
they
Madagascar.
important? Because I only know the bad rap that they're getting. So you're going to have to enlighten
Well, in
us
Madagascar,
here.
they're very important as decomposers, stirring up the soil on the floor of the rainforest. So it is very important for them. Yeah, they're constantly mixing around the soil.
That's what they do. I thought worms do that, but hey.
Well, they do too.
who might have questioned? He is tickling. I'm going to tell you something. He's really tickling.
Yeah, those legs are kind of little barbs on them, mainly to help them grip things, help them climb. You know, they're very fast, very good climbers, so they need those to help them move around.
So you're warning me he could climb very fast up in the arm of this dog.
You're lucky he doesn't have any wings. We do have ones with wings at the zoo as
well.
Really?
Oh my goodness, he is so tickly.
Yeah. You're very brave. So brave. I'm very proud. Oh, there he goes.
Oh,
did you hear him?
That scared me. I gotta tell you.
When you're not expecting it.
I'm just saying, that scared me.
It does make you a little nervous. Yeah.
And this guy's from Madagascar. What is the difference between him and a cockroach here?
Well, there's so many different species, and they're very adaptable. So their bodies are built for the different environments they're found in, and like I said, easily adaptable, so they can do anything.
I bet the kids absolutely love this.
Some of them. What's funny is usually the parents are the ones that are a little more nervous, and they'll be the ones that say, "Don't go over there. Don't touch that."
I can't figure out why.
It's the spiders, the cockroaches, and the snakes.
Go play with the cockroach over there. Yeah, it's.
But it's all to educate.
You know what? It really is, and I'll tell you, you really provide an excellent service.
And when you get the kids young, they learn about animals. Maybe won't have such a fear over them, especially snakes. A lot of adults are very afraid of snakes, but when you see them up close,
yes,
and you can
some of us are. And Kelly will bring snakes to me and say, "Here, Judy, here's a pair of gloves and hold it."
Yeah, but you do.
I have done it. I have done it.
And when you learn about them, you think, find out interesting things about them, and you want to learn more.
This guy is just like.
Yeah, he's doing really good. They can get up to about 4 inches long. They don't live very long either, only about 4 years.
Okay. So, interesting. I'll tell you, you've got to come and you got to get to the zoo and see this.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly.
Some people are like, maybe I won't go to the zoo now. Maybe I'll steer clear of the cockroach exhibit.
Well, you know what? You can just look at the cockroach exhibit. They're not going to bring it out and say, "Here,
take this home with you."
Here, take this home with you. Here's a souvenir from the zoo.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I just love when you bring these animals on because it really shows the people and the viewers up close and personal what they're going to be able to see at the zoo. And again, you've got some great things lined up. You have actually a Senior Citizens Day.
Yeah, that's one of our biggest days of the year by far. Senior citizens over 62 and their grandchildren under the age of 18 can come into the zoo at no charge. And from 10 until 2, we have vendors, usually around 50 vendors on the grounds, specializing in services for seniors. There's blood pressure screenings and things like that, and maybe services that the seniors in your area didn't realize were available to them. And you also get to spend the day with your grandchildren and get a carousel ride and popcorn and lemonade, and it's really a lot of fun.
There are so many programs throughout the year. You've got to get on the website, check it out, check out what the dates are, and then towards the end of the season is, of course, the Zubu, which we're familiar with, and then the Animal Art Show and Sale.
Yes.
That is really cool because I really love that. It's amazing.
Yeah. You know what painting turns out really cool that people don't expect is the cockroach. Their paintings turn out really cool.
He's my bud. I may have to get that one this year.
There you go.
Memberships, we're coming to the end, but I just want to touch base on a couple things. Memberships are so important.
Yes.
And you have a wide variety of types of memberships, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. And a base family membership is only $65, and for a family of 4, it pays for itself, and I think on your 4th visit.
It really does.
So, and a lot of people will be at the zoos more than 4 times in a season. And our Plus membership is only another $10 for $75. You can get 10 friends in for free.
See,
so for $10, getting $1 a person, it's a great deal. And if you're traveling throughout the summer, there's over 100 reciprocating zoos in the United States, like we mentioned earlier with the AZA accredited zoos. Usually it's 50% off admission, but still getting half off admission prices when you're on vacation is a great savings.
So that's a bonus. And there are still more even to choose from. You know what, Kelly, I'm going to tell you, you help our community. You're the most wonderful regional asset that we have. I just love the zoo. You help us by educating us and entertaining us. How can we help you?
Oh, there's several ways. You know, volunteering is being one of our biggest draws. People love to be able to say that they're helping us, and by doing something as simple as raking leaves or weeding a garden. Because we are a botanical garden as well. We have a very small staff, so anything you can do to help. Special event time. Our docents, who are highly trained volunteers, know probably more about the animals than I do. Actually, I know they do. So if you have more time on your hands, maybe you can commit to something like that. We have animal sponsorships. If you have somebody in memory of, or for even yourself or your family. I had a family call and say, instead of buying more Christmas gifts for the kids this year, we want to support the zoo and support an animal. So they put their family name on an animal last year.
That is so cool. And you have a wish list too.
Yes.
That people can go to your website?
Yes, it's right on our website.
Different items that maybe they can buy and drop off, right?
Or maybe something that you have around your house that you want to donate to us. So
there you go.
Everything helps.
Kelly, thank you so much for joining us. There's always something happening at the zoo. And viewers, it's right in our own backyard. I love it. I love taking the grandkids and acting like a kid myself. Oh, I will be the first to admit to this.
That's wonderful.
But and your website, what is your website?
It's eriezoo.org. We also have a Facebook page if you want to check that out. We always have fun. The keepers will give me fun little stories about the animals or good pictures that they've gotten, and we're able to post those, and our fans have loved it so far.
Well, you're going to have to check that out, and you're going to have to like them on Facebook.
Like us.
I don't think I knew you were on Facebook.
It's pretty new.
I'm going right back to the office, and I'm gonna like you and follow you.
Oh, good.
Because it'll be fun.
Yeah.
This way, you're kept up to different things that are happening.
Absolutely.
And the events too. Do you post the events as they're coming up? Right.
Yes, as they're coming up, to remind people. Memberships expire May 1st, so we'll be doing a reminder of that and letting everybody know. And people have been loving the Facebook page, which is great.
Oh, Kelly, thank you so much. Viewers, you have got to stop at the zoo. Really, there's so much to do. It's so much fun. You've seen. I mean, I was even with a cockroach, which isn't quite something I say that often. But Kelly,
you did so good.
Yeah, Kelly brings out the kid in everybody. So check out their website, wealth of information. Like them on Facebook, give them a call, stop down. Viewers, thank you so much for tuning into the Millcreek Government Channel. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
Watching the Millcreek Government Channel, powered by WQLN Public Media.